in this virtual world, the advantage is, so there are two things which happen. Now you are talking more to procurement because you're not able to write those RFQs, and people are finding it tough how to crack that up. While we have discussed some of the ideas we can do it, like running programs, but what is happening is that the organizations are using asynchronous negotiations to drive very, very hard bargains. Now, how do you think sellers can actually ensure that they do not get into this situation, or they're able to navigate through the situation? And
I think solve a problem, I think so. Maybe I am repeating that quite a few times. But the pandemic has also created new problems. So I think your ability to solve that problem in a good, reasonable, cost-effective manner adds a lot of value to your proposition, which is on the table. To look at the price differently, you might be sacrificing something today, but are you building a long-term relationship and then seeing your realization more from a long-term perspective could also be another thing. Need to also appreciate a customer's challenge and then see how it works out as a win-win for both. So some practical examples, I have seen that has worked out.
But Deepak, is negotiation really win-win? I have always understood in my life. So this term
that's why I'm saying, how do you see it?
Win-win does not
whether you see it, what am I realizing tomorrow, or what am I realizing by adding one more day to that tomorrow? The sum total of 2 days is always better than that one. So how do you make sure the relationship goes a long way, and then what is the value you can derive out of it is, I think so, one way of looking at it. And secondly is solving a problem. I mean, people are willing to pay more in the current situation to the suppliers who are able to solve the new problems that they are facing, because they want solutions urgently. They don't want you to come back after 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. So I think so that also adds a lot of value to your.
I think that's a very good point. That look at how can you help organizations you are serving to move to a different orbit altogether, which they are wanting to go. And if your solution or your products or capabilities lie within that gamut, they would be ready to pay for it. Okay. Yes, Virendra works very, very hard on negotiation, and I know he's an expert on negotiation. So Virendra, what would be your take on this? And I'm sure you would have handled hundreds of them.
True. But it's one is that yes, there are clients. There are clients who are kind of appreciate the value what you generate. There are clients who would like to still negotiate, and they think that they can get some extra pound out of it, right? And that's where then, you can't have the same all the customers behaving and understanding that your value proposition, and he will say that fine, you are giving this value, take $5 extra. Nobody's going to do that one. Some people appreciate, and by giving $5 extra, they may earn $10 more, right? So that's what happens typically. But if there are people, in fact, you find that customers who think that they can extract one or two few extra pound out of you, and that's where you have to be very clear that what value proposition you are offering, right? And if you think that that appreciation is not there, then better them to get a kind of prices what they're expecting to some other competitor. Let them see that over a period whether they benefited or lost. Yeah. Maybe an immediate loss could be there for you, but we have to ensure that what we promise, right, to the customer in terms of performance, that remains when I give the right price, and that's what I stand for. And anything more than that one, which is out of is not justifying for the in terms of the value proposition offer, we don't negotiate that. Right? So what value proposition end of the day we have, and believing that one, that the value proposition right for the customer together, right? So there has to be mutual appreciation, and if anybody appreciates, you will definitely make it known. But if somebody feels that they can get more out of it, there are some other competitors who could certainly offer that one. So we'll leave it to them.
It's ultimately, you will have to see what's on the table. Is it a new customer or is it an existing account which you're planning to expand, or this one? And commit what you can deliver. And if you are firm that you can deliver that value, and you need to put a price to it. And if, as Virendra said, if you feel that they want much lower than that, then there are other people who can deliver. And time will tell, the customer will No. And sometimes we need to leave it. It's good to leave a deal and say, thank you very much.